Okay, so it's getting warmer, which is great. Love it when it gets a little bit warmer because I don't mind wearing a hat, I guess, but it's kind of nice to get out of the hat, you know. So, anyway, I am getting my phone out here, and I'm gonna put in my next address. I'm starting on a new run, so for those of you who did not join me earlier, basically I'm going out on delivery today. I'm doing no contact delivery, and I just thought it'd be fun for you to join me and see how it is, how it goes. And yeah, basically as I'm going around, if you have any questions for me, you can let me know and I'll answer your questions, whether it's about the flower shop, delivery, myself, my dogs, which my dogs, if you look in the corner there, you can see them back there. So, but yeah, you know, basically just going out on delivery, and thought you guys might enjoy coming along with me for the ride. And if you know, as I go along, you know, it's kind of interesting to see how the no contact delivery thing goes, and it's fun too, just to see people getting their flowers and stuff like that too. And there was one house on my last stop that you couldn't see, like the way the house was like, you know, because of the front door, the way it was, you couldn't really see. But I mean, for the most part, you kind of get to see. So it's fun, and it's something to do. And if you haven't been out at all, then it's nice to see the roads too, and see, you know, how actually not crowded they are. Unless, of course, you're on Rockville Road, because you know Rockville Road is always bad. But, okay, so I'm going to put on my navigation here. And yes, I am using GPS. It's funny, a lot of these places I do know where they're at, but I still put in the GPS anyways. Partly because I'm talking a lot for this, and partly because, you know, especially in the longer trips, it helps to have Google kind of keep track of it for you, and if there's like any wrecks or anything like that, they'll actually reroute you, so that's nice too. So, anyways, let me find my sunglasses. It is like bright out here, so put on my sunglasses, and then I just had some lunch, so I'm going to grab actually a piece of gum to chew on, because Sarah provided us with pizza today. Isn't that nice of her? She's cool like that. Okay, and I'll turn you guys around so you can see where we're going. And just to fair warn you, my last run, I was going up a steep hill, and my tablet fell off of its little base, and it stopped the Facebook Live. And I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like we wrecked or something. So, we didn't wreck. I just, unfortunately, you know, the tablet dropped, so, and it stopped the Facebook Live. So if that happens again, now I'm not getting into a wreck, but I'm also not going to fix it if the tablet falls over, because, you know, I'm driving. So, but for the most part, it's been pretty successful. So, okay, so let's get out on the Raceway Road. I actually need to get out on the 10th Street, I think. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Get this connected to my phone. That way we can all hear the directions together. And you guys can let me know if I make any wrong turns, because you'll be able to hear in the navigation too. And then, also, just keep in mind, if you have any questions about anything, about the flower shop, about delivery, about the current situation, how we're dealing with coronavirus, about me, about my dogs, I don't know. Hey, even ask me about my coworkers. I don't care, I'll tell you. This is a tell-all delivery route. So, on this route, it's actually called Moo/Flaky. And it's interesting. Flaky actually refers to Flair and Buchanan. Flair and Buchanan on Kentucky Avenue. And I'm looking at my trip sheet now, and I don't see any stops there. So I don't know. I'm not sure what Sarah was thinking there when she named that. That's okay. So we're on our way right now to get on to 465. Because like I said, the name of the route is Moo/Flaky, which means I need to go down south towards the Mooresville area. And basically, I'm guessing Sarah named it Flaky because Claire Buchanan, Kentucky Avenue, I think she's just thinking like that area, you know. So, if you know where that's at, which that's kind of near, actually, like Reed's, if you know where Reed's is at. So, Reed's Flower Shop. Hello. Was I not supposed to? Why? Okay. 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 So, where, I guess, where do I need to go? No, I'm on 10th Street. I've got, like, I won't be back in that, because that's at the end of my run, because I don't go to Plainfield until the very end. Okay, I mean, I don't care. No, I just left the shop. Yeah, I just left the shop. And I'm on my way to Tanner. Just text me the addresses. Just text me the addresses. Can you do that? Text me the address of where I need to go and then where I need to take it. Okay. Thanks. I mean, I don't know my exact route, but just to be safe, say 2 hours. It might only be an hour and a half, but I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really looked too much at my run. Okay. Bye. Okay, sorry friends. Not very exciting when I'm not talking to you guys. I was talking to my dad. I guess he dropped off a delivery at the wrong place. So I need to go and pick that up at some point during my run and take it someplace else. So, but when you're driving, of course, it's kind of hard to take down the addresses, so he's gonna text me the two addresses, the one that he left it at and the one that it needs to go to, and then I'll take it from there. So anyways, we're on 465 South, and I'm going to be getting off at 67. We're passing Sam Jones Expressway right now. So, you know, the nice thing about the exit on the 67 exit is they have a Culver's, which, and I guess it's been there a while, but, and now, of course, there's a Culver's closer to the flower shop.
In 2 miles, take exit 8 for Indiana 67 South, Kentucky Avenue.
But before there was a Culver's off of Rockville Road, I would make a special trip down to 67 to go to the Culver's down here, because I'm sorry, but they've got delicious ice cream and delicious cheeseburgers. So it was worth the trip. But now I don't come down to 67 that often unless I'm delivering, because that was really the only reason why I was coming this way. But there's just those few type of restaurants where, you know, they're out of your way, but, you know, every once in a while it's worth it to make the trip. It's kind of like, I love Skyline Chili, but there's none really around like the west side or south side or anything. There's only the one that I know of, at least on the north side of town. So
in half a mile, take exit 8 for Indiana 67 South, Kentucky Avenue.
I have made that special trip just to go to Skyline Chili off of 86th Street. And I know it's like, that probably seems nutty, but I mean, there's nothing like a Skyline dog.
Take
really
exit 8.
Okay, and as you hear Google telling me, I need to get off at exit 8.
In 1,000 feet, keep left at the fork. Follow signs for Mooresville. Keep left at the fork.
And that is my car beeping. If there's somebody
Continue for half a mile.
close to me in the next lane, it'll actually beep like that. It's kind of funny. Somebody's got a bass on their car. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto South High School Road.
Here we go. So, my van has a button you can actually press that will...
Take the next left onto South High School Road, then continue straight to stay on South High School Road.
It'll make it so that if you don't want to hear that beeping, that you don't have to listen to it. But I don't mind it. I mean, I generally am pretty good about noticing vehicles around me and stuff, but I could kind of figure what does it hurt. But anytime my husband Jared drives my van, he hits the button and turns it off. So
continue straight to stay on South High School Road.
It is nice that it's an option, that if you don't want to have to listen to the beeping,
continue for 1.5 miles.
But you don't have to listen to it, so. So weird driving by these schools. Nobody's in there. Because now I think officially all the spring breaks would be over at this point. Because I think last week Perry Township schools were still like technically in their spring break period. People honking at each other to say hello. That's funny. Okay, so we're gonna get up to Mills, make a left-hand turn.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto West Mills Road. Take the next left onto West Mills Road. Continue on West Mills Road for 1 mile.
And already we're getting close to the first stop. Alright, so for those of you who have just joined us, I'm Della. I'm with Gillespie Florists. I'm delivering today, and we're doing no contact delivery. And I thought it might be fun for you guys to join me on the road. A lot of you are not getting out right now, so I thought you might want to see what the roads are like and see, you know, how busy or not busy it is. And it's interesting. Some areas of the city are definitely not that busy, like not a lot of cars on the streets, and then there's other parts that almost seems like it's just how it was. So but anyways, you know, going and making people happy, bringing them flowers, and you know, just thought you guys might want to come along for the ride. If you have any questions
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Casey Way.
If you have any questions for me, you can just, you know, write a comment there and let me know. Oh, oops, I think I'm turning too soon. Oops. A little bit further. But yeah, just write a comment there and let me know what your questions are.
Take the next right onto Casey Way, then turn right onto Tanner Drive.
And whether it's about delivery or flowers, myself, flower shop, designers.
Take the next right onto Tanner Drive.
You can just type it on in there.
In 600 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Alright, so this is the building that I want. Now I will just need to look up the apartment letter. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see. I need suite P, which that is, I'm all the way over at A. Let me back up and get a little bit closer. These must be some decent sized apartments then. That's nice. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, P is the very, very last one. Alright. Try this again, huh? Okay. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to grab my delivery, and when I leave the van, my van's going to beep, so I do apologize. It might be a little bit loud, but you'll kind of, the door is just right on the far right hand side, so you'll kind of be able to see. But I'm going to grab my delivery and go from there.
You've arrived.
Okay, so that one I did do a handoff just because we're in an apartment complex, so you want to make sure that the right person gets the flowers, make sure you've got the right name. because it is easy for, especially when a customer service person is taking an order over the phone for, like, especially in this case, the apartments are, you know, letters instead of numbers. So, a letter P could have been mixed up with, like, B as in boy. Hey. Okay, I mean, if you want to, you can. I mean, I don't mind. I'll take care of it when I know I'm gonna be in Plainfield. So. Yeah, I'm doing 2-1, and then, uh-oh, my recipient's coming back for me. I wonder why. Oh, no, maybe she's not. No, she walked past. Maybe the flowers are going to somebody else. Okay, well, I confirmed the name, so maybe she's not the recipient. Maybe the recipient just isn't, like, in the house right now. Okay, yeah, because she's going up the sidewalk to someplace else. I don't know why my phone hung up on you. It doesn't like you. Yeah. So, but I think that's what it was. I confirmed that, you know, that Marie lived there, and that Marie just must not be in like that apartment currently. So. Who my delivery went to? No, she wasn't. Okay. Don't go there. Okay, well, if you change your mind, then just holler. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. So, if you've been on here the whole time, you heard me earlier talking to Pat, and he was going to have me go and pick up delivery that he had dropped off at the wrong address. And he's decided now that because I'm going to take too long because of the way my route's going, that he wants to just go ahead and turn around now and take care of it. So, anyways, that's what that conversation was about. So, anyway, so now I'm going to just input the next address that I've got here. And, let's see. Sorry. Looks like I'm going to be going to Mooresville. I knew I was going to Mooresville sometime. I didn't know when. Let's see, Max. Walton, Max Walton. That's actually a pretty cool street name. I like that. Okay.
Head west on Tanner Drive toward Casey Way.
As you can hear, Google telling me where to go. Okay, and then I'll turn you back around because, like I think I haven't said on this video, but I said it on the previous one that you know, I don't want you guys looking at me when I'm driving because I might be tempted to look at the screen. So it's better to turn you guys around and you can watch the road with me. So, okay, here we go. So right now we're kind of, you know, off of Kentucky Avenue a little bit. Kind of what the area I would call Decatur. No, not Decatur County, but Decatur off of Kentucky Avenue. And we're gonna head towards Mooresville now. Make a delivery over there. So, this is actually a pretty typical run.
In 300 feet, turn left onto Casey Way. Take the next left onto Casey Way, then turn left onto West Mills Road.
It's a pretty typical run for us, going from this area, this kind of Decatur Township area to Morrisville. Sometimes from there we'd go to Monrovia and then working our way back up through Plainfield and then like through like the west side part of Avon.
Turn left onto West Mills Road.
So, and then
continue on West Mills Road for 1 mile.
Then another typical thing that would happen is on a run like this is sometimes maybe we wouldn't have the Plainfield stuff, but we would have stuff going to Greenwood. So that's pretty typical. Like you're kind of going from town to town in like this big loop, and it's because a lot of times, because we cover so much of the city, you don't have like a ton of deliveries just in one town, so you're kind of just jumping from one spot to another to another. Now earlier today, if you were with me, you would have noticed that actually, you know, I was delivering all right there in this very small area of Avon and Brownsburg. So I do think that if it's like closer to the store, we do have more concentrated deliveries. But
in a 1/4 mile, turn left onto South Mooresville Road.
I feel like that what I experience more is that we have more spread out. We're just kind of jumping around from, you know, 1 or 2 in Mooresville and then like 1 or 2 in Plainfield and so on and so forth. So, okay. So coming back on.
Take the next left onto South Mooresville Road.
See, I was just at this 4-way stop a few minutes ago.
Continue on South Mooresville Road for 1/2 mile. In a 1/4 mile, turn right onto Canby Road.
This is actually an area I used to deliver to a lot, especially as a teenager. I don't know why Dad would constantly send me this way. I guess actually at that
Take
time,
the next right onto Canby Road.
see, my dad had bought a store in 1997, I want to say. It's called Daisy Patch Florist. And
Continue on Canby Road for 4 miles.
I think that's what it's called. Gosh, that's bad. It's been a long time. And it was off of Kentucky Avenue. So I think because of that store, we had started getting a lot more deliveries in this area. And anyways, that's when I had started delivering, was when he picked up that store. So I think that's part of the reason why I ended up getting sent a lot to this area. But it's nice. because I know it pretty well, and because I'm from Hendricks County. Man, look at that forsythia. Did you guys see that? You probably didn't. There was forsythia on the left-hand side of the view screen there. It was beautiful. A big old bush. And there was also a redbud tree too off to the left. So, and there's, I think that's dogwood over there to the right. Oh, there's a redbud right there too. Not that you guys care, but I'm just gonna point it out to you anyways, whether you want to know about it or not. That's a great thing about this time of year, is that everything's blooming out. It's really pretty. So we're currently on Canby Road. We actually passed by Mendenhall Road a few minutes ago, and my last name is Mendenhall. I married into the Mendenhall name. So my maiden name's Gillespie, which many of you guys know that. But my last name now is Mendenhall, and so it's kind of funny because I've actually had a lot of people ask me, Mendenhall? Oh, well, there's a Mendenhall Road down by Ameritech Parkway. Is that you? I'm like, well, me specifically, no. Like, I don't really know which Mendenhalls that was, but it could be. So we are still on Canby Road. We are headed north, and we, a few minutes ago, had crossed over State Road 67. Oh wow, I wish you guys could see. It's too bad I can't turn this tablet, but on the stand that it's on, I can't really do that. But off to the left, there was this just huge patch of daffodils and tulips and stuff, just blooming like crazy. It was really pretty. If you want to see it though, see there, we just passed. That'd be a pretty easy place to find. Here's a cemetery, which kind of like kitty corner, both corners. I love those old little churches.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto South County Road 975 East. Take the next left onto South County Road 975 East.
I feel like we're coming up on, that we're going to be going past Hendricks County Parks and Recreation. They have a property near here.
Continue on South County Road 975 East for half a mile.
It's like owned by the airport, but Hendricks County Parks and Rec manage it. And I think it's right around here. I'm trying to think what it's called Sedalis Nature Park. And
in a quarter mile, turn right onto East County Road 750 South.
And actually, we're going to turn right before the park. So that's too bad, because it's a great park. Because right now, the governor says, hey, like, you do need to get out and exercise. So
take the next right onto East County Road 750 South.
You are allowed to get into your car to go take a hike or take a walk, So,
continue on East County Road 750 South for 1 mile.
The property there, just to the left, you can't see it, but there's trees over there, and that's the Sedalis Nature Park. And you would have had to have continued straight where I just turned. But anyway, since the governor does say you need to get out and exercise, you would be able to. Now, of course, if you're driving like hours or something, probably not. But if you're within like 20 minutes, half an hour, I'm sure it would be you can hear airplanes flying over every once in a while, but otherwise it's beautiful. There's a big pond, there's a stream that goes through it, great trails, and there's a big dock that they have that goes out to the water. There's a pavilion, and and they've also got like a bunch of information, like little trail things about like bats and stuff like that, because that's the main thing of why it's there, is to protect bats, because I guess there's a bunch of elm or something that the bats like to.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Indiana 267 South.
So you need to get out and get exercise. That's a good place to go if you're, in the Hendricks County area. That we're in the far southern region.
Take the next left onto Indiana 267 South.
Okay, so now we're going to get on to 267. Ooh, look at that line of traffic. My goodness. Somebody must be driving really slow. If I can get out. Oh, nope, I'm not going to be able to. Okay, here we go.
Continue on Indiana 267 South for 2 miles.
Now, whenever I can, and I'll check to see on my way back up north, because I got to go back up through Plainfield. Well, it looks like, I think I might be going to get on old 267 now, too. One of the things that I do love to do is sometimes if I'm going between, like, Plainfield and Morrisville, is if I can get on old 267, then I will. It's really a beautiful drive. So. Okay, yeah, this is the old 267, so. it's really too bad that I'm not heading down to like Monrovia or Martinsville or something like that, because this is a pretty drive here that we're on right now. But I'll tell you what, getting on to like 39 and driving south towards Bloomington is a really just very pretty drive. Very windy though, so if you don't feel like making a bunch of turns, then
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Maxwellton Street. Take the next left onto Maxwellton Street, then your destination will be on the left.
I love that name, Maxwellton. Looking for house numbers.
Your destination is on the left.
Ooh, it's up there. Okay. This is a driveway. Look at that. Okay, let's see if I can kind of angle this a little bit so you might be able to see something. Right, go get my delivery. And again, I'm using the car this time because there's not a bunch of people around. Okay, go grab. Okay. Got that one taken care of. Gotta mark it delivered. I'll flip the camera around while I'm taking care of getting this marked delivered. Internet's running a little bit slow right now on my phone. So, but there was a successful no contact delivery. Although she was just on the other side. But, you know, she let me set it on her table on her porch, so it works for me. And she was very happy. And that's been my experience with pretty much everybody, that almost everybody in deliveries right now. I think everybody's just excited to have anything. You know, I'm happy to be a part of that, to bring them something to break up their day and bring joy to their day. And but everybody's also trying to be, you know, myself and the recipients, everybody's trying to be responsible and doing the right thing. And, you know, and it's hard. I mean, trust me, I want to hug my mom and I can't, you know, so it's just, it's part of it. So what are those dogs doing? Evie's like staring at something. I don't know what she's staring at. It's weird. Alright, so looks like next is Reeves Road. So let me put that in my phone. And it's not far from here. Oh, which that's a playing field. So, oh no, I think Pat should just let me take care of that one. The delivery that he left at the wrong place, I could have taken care of it for him. Shoot. This is one long driveway. Okay, now, not only is this a long driveway, but this is also a steep road, too. Alright, here we go. Flip you guys around so you can watch the road. Maybe. Trying to flip you around. There you go. I think I set my navigation. Yep, I did.
Continue on Indiana 267 North for 1 mile.
Okay.
In a quarter mile, continue straight onto South Center Street, South County Road 750 East. Continue straight onto South Center Street, South County Road 750 East. Continue on South Center Street for 1.5 miles.
So this is the old 267 that we're on now. This is what I was telling you guys about. It's just a pretty drive. Like you're, pretty much in town, but it's still a pretty drive. But yeah, they call it like County Road 750 East now, but it used to be 267.
In a quarter mile, at the traffic circle, take the first exit onto Hadley Road.
Okay, so coming up on Hadley Road, we'll be turning right onto that. And I know they say exit, but it's just because it's a roundabout. But basically, we're turning right.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Red Pride Drive. Turn left onto Red Pride Drive.
I probably could have gotten through that late, but with the flowers on board, I really just, it's not worth it to speed through a turn like that. Gosh, how old was I? I don't know. I know I was a teenager. I don't know how old I was, but I was a teenager, and we were in this thing called Pool. The flower shop was. It's Valentine's
Continue
Day.
on Red Pride Drive for half a mile.
And I have like, I don't know, 40 arrangements or better in this humongous van. And in fact, I wasn't trying to run the light. I saw a light turn yellow, and I went ahead and I had to hit the brakes hard. Not slam, but pretty hard. And unfortunately, it was just enough.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto East County Road, 550 South Reeves Road.
Something tipped, and then it caused all of the arrangements to tip. And everything fell over, and these were all arrangements by their florists, and we had to get them all out and, fix them all.
Turn right onto East County Road, 550 South Reeves Road.
It was a nightmare, to say the least.
In 1,000 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Okay, so it looks like we're going over here. I think this might be like a nursing home facility. But yeah, no, so my dad was so mad when I
You've arrived.
essentially trashed all those Valentine's Day arrangements, and they weren't even ours, but we still had to fix them. Let's see. Main entrance. I think it's the way I want to go. Let this guy go by first, though. Okay. So, needless to say, it was a long night. Dad was mad, and this was at a time that we were dealing with, I don't know, Valentine's Day. We probably were dealing more like 12 to 1,500 deliveries in a day. It was crazy. But this was during a time when we had like 5 or 6 stores, so it was a different ballgame. All right, so now let me turn this around real quick. What I'm doing here is I'm looking at my trip sheets and just seeing, are there any details? It really doesn't say anything about that they can't come in or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to go in with this. Now, what I've found with most of the assisted living and stuff like that, that they're not really letting anybody in. So we'll find out. The customer may not know what the rules are or anything. So anyway, so I'm going to grab that delivery. I'm going to leave the screen on like this so you can see the dogs while I take care of this one, and I'll be back shortly. Oh, and excuse the beeping because the beep is going to happen again. Okay, well, so I went to that door. I saw, actually before I even got the flowers up, it said go to a different entrance. So let me check this out and see. So, and that's just, you know, normally it probably wouldn't be like this. Normally they probably would have let me come in there through that entrance and walk the flowers myself. But because of coronavirus, you know, basically nursing homes, assisted living facilities, stuff like that, they're all on lockdown. So, which there is a lady back there who is sitting at a window, probably of her mom or something, because she can't go in. So, there you have it. Alright, so, try this again, and excuse the beeping, it's going to beep on you. That's cool, they had hand sanitizer in there too. I could use. So, okay, so for them, they let you in like the first set of doors, like the breezeway doors. And then they had a sign that said something about leaving it on a table. And then there's even a lady who kind of ran up and was like, leave that on the table. They're not going to let me in. So, and that's not a surprise. I mean, they're trying to protect their residents, and, you know, they should be trying to protect their residents. So, all right, so gonna mark this one delivered on my phone here. And this is the only thing that's like, actually it's cool because I marked this delivered. The customer gets an email saying it's been delivered as long as we have their email on file. The bummer about that is that sometimes if the internet is not good, you know, it takes a long time, or you can't do it at all. You can't update it at all. So, you know, pros and cons. Alright, so now we are going to cinnamon quart. Ooh, sounds like fun. Sounds delicious, actually. Okay, let me turn you guys around. Okay. There we go. So, anyways, back to the Valentine's Day debacle. That's the only time I ever had like a real major, like, spill or anything. And I mean, obviously that it was a doozy of one too. So, but I mean, it's not as bad as my dad. I mean, well, my dad, I'm sure he spilled stuff, but my dad, when he was 16, he was delivering, I think, to a church. There was like a funeral there or something, and he left the van running and the keys in it, obviously. And somebody just came along and stole the van. So there are worse things that can happen than dumping bases over. I think getting a vehicle stolen constitutes as worse, for sure. So, but yeah, so now as it turned out, and this was, see, my dad was, he said he was 16 when this happened, so he was born in I think 1955, or, oh shoot, I forget, I don't know if it's 55 or 51. Well, but still, I mean, you're talking about like 60s, 70s, something like that. So, and basically what happened is, you know, he called the police and called his dad, told him what happened, and then the cops found it just a few hours later, not far down the road at all, and nothing had really been done to the vehicle. So I think that because, you know, this was just a plain old cargo van, you know, no seats or anything except for the two front ones, and I'm sure whoever stole it probably realized, oh, this is a pretty basic vehicle, and decided they just didn't want it and just left it. So, or maybe they just wanted to take a joyride, I don't know. But so anytime that I've kind of messed up anything, I always throw that in my dad's face. I'll be like, well, at least I didn't get a van stolen. So I'm sure any of you who knows Pat, you know he does not react well to that at all. So, but anyway, I'll have to ask Sarah what the worst thing like that she's ever done, like whether it's dumping flowers over or, oh, I know what it is actually. So Sarah, she was, I forget what she was doing, like I think she was like trying to fix something that was like on a shelf or something, but somehow she accidentally like knocked over a shelf of cherubs that then knocked over the shelf below it of cherubs, and it was like, I guess they said wholesale, it was like worth $600 of cherubs. They had like all the cherubs that they had like in the entire store on these two shelves, and she knocked them over, and like they'd just gotten a shipment in. So, and every single one broke, every single one. Some of them like maybe only just lost like a little hand or corner of a wing, but either way, every single one broke, and they couldn't use a single one. And so that was Sarah's big debacle. I think, I forget what she calls it, like the cherub massacre is what she calls it. So yeah, she knocked over hundreds of dollars worth of cherubs. I dumped over hundreds of dollars of flower arrangements. But I mean, in the end, it all got fixed. It's all fixable. So, but it is kind of fun to give each other a hard time about the different major mistakes that we have made. So